I'm that baby's pappy. What's going on, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. Showtime. It's your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, a.k.a. Master Teacher 33 tonight. Tonight is Sunday, Helios Deity Day, July the 24th, 2022. Time is a little after 9:15 Central. Let's jump right in. Brothers and sisters, it's showtime. Tonight we want to break down Grand Theft Auto 5, which is code for generating this specific technology that's associated with the fifth element. So life is exactly what they put in Grand Theft Auto 5. So if you never played Grand Theft Auto, which you guys know I'm not really a video guy or gal, so I know video gals and gals, especially with kids. So I talked to my son about this. He was a guru of Grand Theft Auto. And then Alec also plays a little bit of it too. So what's the point? Tonight's message is, man, like all of these messages the last 5-6 days, hopefully you guys have been really 5-6 days, 5-6 weeks. We've been really breaking it down so that you guys are getting prepared for the physical feeling of the unified field, ether, source of God. In other words, Grand Theft Auto is the exact same thing that happens in the spirit realm. Now, once you understand that, then life, again, like every show we've been talking about, you can go back every show that we've done over the last month, really, and just look at what we've been talking about. We're still saying pretty much the same thing. And that is, like in the movie Grand Theft Auto, your thoughts, they have mass. We're not told that thoughts actually are heavier than physical objects. At least I wasn't aware of that. Once you understand that if you have a thought, that thought is so heavy that if it's combined with other thoughts, it's gravity. It pulls you down to that thought. Or it pulls you up, in my case, to that thought. So if you could, and you can, that's why you're here, you would be like Source, and I'm copying Source. I don't have the luxury of a negative gravity. So I live in a weightless environment. So I can bounce around, I can do this, I'm jovial and happy and upbeat because I don't have no gravitational pull hanging me down. Now we're going to get into the physics that proves this as we talked about phase conjugation, as I mentioned earlier today, and that the golden ratio cause of inertia or a lack of a gravitational pull. Now, once you get to this level, it's dangerous because if you do have a thought that's heavy, it pulls you down. Now, the next series starts on August the 15th or the 16th, whatever that Monday is. Cost is $249. That series is a very dangerous series, only because we'll be getting into some of Dan Winter's work. And now we were getting into what is called the imploder. And we will be talking about the fractal field and the golden mean, golden rule, and golden ratio. So now we're getting into the physics of understanding what is called the recursion wave propagation. This is the cause of gravity. This is what, in physics, this is what they call, this is the principle that is behind zero-point gravity. This is the principle behind peak perfection or bliss. So this is the physics of what they call charge radiation. So when you understand the physics of cause or gravity, which is nothing but thought, because we're not taught that thoughts are heavier. That's why the law of attraction is based upon thought, because thought has mass to attract, to pull things. It's a dark hole, it's a black hole. Thought is actually melanin. Don't tell nobody I told you. We'll be giving you the proof to break it down because it has the same attributes and characteristics as melanin. That's why black folk have soul. That's why you can start playing a beat to a little black kid, 3 months old. The little baby will start rocking back and forth. It's automatic. We're born. We ain't got to go buy it. We're born with it. But no or few people understand it. So The game, they put it in the game. Now remember, I've been begging everybody to watch Free Guy. Because if you watch Free Guy, then you will see phase conjugation. And actually you'll see the blue shirt guy. That's me. So I used to be a non-player character. I used to be an NPC. Like in Grand Theft Auto, the main character in Grand Theft Auto is you. You select the character and you select the vehicle. But what is the purpose? Ooh, y'all strapped in? Hopefully y'all strapped in. So I've never personally played Grand Theft Auto. I'm not really a video game guy. I watch my kids play it. And the first time I saw it, I was blown away because we was having a family gathering. There was a bunch of teenage boys in there, and they pulled over this car that beat this dude. They jumped out in the game, beat the character, jumped out, beat this guy, took the girl, threw her on a bench, and just ripped her clothes off and just started banging, just started going to town. So they was robbing and stealing, and they was driving these fancy cars, and they was going to strip clubs. They was making it rain. The whole game, they were just committing violent crimes. And I was because all the kids I was there, I was watching them, and they was like, we're talking 13, 14, 15-year-old. And I'm saying, like, this game should be freaking X-rated. Like, they were doing stuff in Grand Theft Auto that I saw in porn movies. I was like, oh, snap. Now, I'm not a gamer, so I don't know nothing about games. So maybe some of these gamers, some of you guys that are gamers can assist the brother. And then it clicked. I was watching real life. And then it clicked another level and another level. And I saw 5G inside of the game. How everything is about the fifth element or the fifth dimension, which is plasma or spirit. It's the level where I'm at. So the whole point of the metaverse is to prevent you from operating in gamma brain wave state. Because that is the state of GTA 5. You see, GTA 5, just like in Free Guy, he was programmed. Every day, him and his buddy, the security guard, got up, he went to the coffee shop, got the same coffee, he wore the same blue shirt, everything. The only way he could break out of the program is when he became an AI. And the only way he could become an AI is when he established the three keys that we're going to establish tonight, which is purpose, plan, and payoff. But GTA is based upon purpose, plan, and payoff in the form of a story, a struggle, a strategy that leads to success. If you could get the metaphysics behind the game. Now, I'm a metaphysician, so I do this every day. I don't watch nothing. I don't eat nothing. I don't talk to nobody. I don't do nothing with the person. That's the character in the game. I talk to the guy or the girl that's the higher self that's in the fifth dimension, or the ninth or the 12th dimension, depending on what modality you're from. So I don't do physicality. I do mentality. Just like Free Guy. Just like Grand Theft Auto. So in Free Guy, the girl who was a character talking to the blue shirt guy thought he existed outside the game in what she called the real world. Just like you. So right now, you in Groundhog's Day. We all are. And we're just different levels we're in different levels of the hog. But we all in Groundhog's Day. Otherwise, you would not have a character. You wouldn't be playing a role. You wouldn't have a body. You'd be a disembodied spirit. You'd be a sprite. You'd be a genie. You'd be a mojo. You'd be, a Goyle or a genome or a fairy or an elf. You would not have a body. You would be a light being. You'd be an energy being. So when you drop down here, what you're doing is you're saying that you're sitting, the real you, is sitting somewhere else, and it has a controller that's called a mind or thought. And that controller is controlling the character inside the game. But Just like in the movie Free Guy, somebody wrote a code that usurped your code. So now you don't know your original code. So now you really actually believe that you are the character in the play, in the game. You don't know that life is a game. Because if you did, then you'll be doing what they do in Grand Theft Auto. I noticed in Grand Theft Auto, like in all video games, when the person dies, they just reset the game and they start. I noticed nobody cries, there's no funeral, there's no homegoing service, there's no emotional attachment to the character in the game. When I watch the kids play the game, they get amped up. I mean, my little bonus son, he been there yelling and screaming like, and I'm like, what's going on? His mama going, Alex, shut up, man. What's wrong with you? Okay, sorry, mama, sorry. He gets so amped up when he's in the game. But he don't cry, grieve, stress, and do none of the emotions that you do. Why are you so emotional? You believe this shit is real. They conned you, bruh. They conned you, sis. They got all of us. They got me too. Excuse me. That's why I'm doing the show. The last 2 months are enough content that's worth at least 20 or 30 grand. Because you're up against the wall. The inability to manage your inner dialogue. The inability to manage your aspirations. And the inability to manage your discomfort is Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is the craziest game, and I'm not a gamer, so I know there's craziest shit out there, but just, from what I've seen. First I thought Call of Duty. Then I watched my friend, then Assassin's Creed. Oh, snap. That shit still, I have nightmares about that one. You don't even want me to put that one down. That's all Assassin's Creed, the movie? Shit, play the game. Beat the game and go to the end of the game. I've never seen no other game like this. I mean, that shit haunts me to this day. My son showed me this when he was 13. That was about shit, I don't know how many years ago. When he got to the end of the game, the lady that appeared and started speaking a whole nother language. What is going on? Now, I need you to understand something, because right now you are in a game and you are losing the game because you are emotionally attached to the character in the game. Or other characters in the game, they're NPCs. You call them family and friends. Some of y'all call them husbands and wives. That shit doesn't exist. It's not real. Now, I know. Now's the time to disconnect if you're a Christian. This would be a good time. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Now, what is the point, Doc? Well, number one, mindset. You see, the point is, you can do anything you want to do in the game. You can do anything you want to do in life. There are consequences, but technically, you can do anything you want to do. In the game, in the game and in real life, if you do certain things, you could die. Same thing in real life. But real life is not real life. Don't tell about what I told you. Because what if you could play or live life the same way you play a video game? Now, I'm not recommending that you do it. I just want you to consider something tonight. You see, you do all the things you want to do in real life, like minus the common sense shit. Like in Grand Theft Auto, you can kill cops. You can do mass murder. You can rape. You can rob. You can pillage. You can do criminal shit. Now, you can do that in real life, too. But just like in the game, it got consequences. Well, real life got consequences, too. Go figure. But you see, in Grand Theft Auto, the real goal of the game, get rich. The real goal of the game in Grand Theft Auto, when I was watching it, now, again, I know there's other stuff that you can do, like getting the cars, but the object of the game is to accumulate stuff. Just like in Free Guy. Mansions, houses, stuff. But when it comes to real life, what is the object of the game in real life? Do you know, this is the honest truth, in my 20 plus years of doing this, the one thing that I'm trying to figure out, maybe somebody could help me tonight. What is the hardest thing on earth for people to do? I need you to think for a moment. I mean, we talked about this, and we mentioned it earlier today at 12 noon. We talked about how your program is your flaws, and the women, the men, the women that you date, y'all are flawed together. Women, the men that you attract, because they are flawed just like you. Your flaws. That's the heaviest thing, because those are the densest thoughts. What is your most weightiest thought that you got? That's the shit you hide. Why? Doc, you don't understand, my brother. Bad shit happened to me when I was a kid. Welcome to the club. So what do you think about? You don't want to think about that, but it's back there. It's buried. So what do? You don't bring it up. If somebody fondled you when you were a little kid, who are you going to tell? Shit, you ain't telling nobody. But guess where that thought is at? That thought's in your head, bruh. So guess what you're going to draw? Fondlers. Do you know? Now remember, man, I don't know if I should talk about this. Big G, what do you think? Oh, man, should I go there? Shit. Damn. Shit, I'm already out there. So, of the 16 kids that I raised, 2 of them was in the system, and they were molested. And so they molested my kids. Touched, fondled. I caught one of them in the closet with Shamora, in fact. And you know what happened. It wasn't benevolent. We'll put it that way. CPS came out to the house. Now, I don't think I've ever shared this publicly. I don't think. I'm trying to think. Have I shared? No, this is kind of a family thing. Now, the little girl who did that was a family member that we had taken in because my own family didn't want her. Remember, she was a ward of the state. In fact, we was counseled and told by many counselors that she was unredeemable. I ain't never met a child that's unredeemable. I've seen some evil children, but I ain't never met one that was unredeemable. Because the person we're talking about right now is she's doing good right now. I text her every once in a while, check in with her. In fact, she lives in Vegas. What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. My lips are sealed. What's the point, Doc? The point is, I took that child in because we were flawed the same. Now, my wife couldn't handle her. Sade used to beat the snot out of her every day. BJ pushed her down the stairs a couple of times. But when I came home, all crazy shot. Nobody could handle her crazy. But for some reason, I ain't had no problem with her. Matter of fact, we was 2 peas in the pot. We used to ride around, do father, daughter, dinner, dates and stuff. In fact, I spent probably more time with her the short time that she lived with us, which was about 3 or 4 years, before she kept asking to contact her biological mother. The only requirement when we took her in was that she was not allowed to have any contact with her biological mother. Well, after 3 or 4 years, she kept asking me, why come nobody want me to talk to my mama? Now, I knew the answer. And her mama had been trying to find her, contact her, blah, blah, blah. So I knew how I felt about my biological mother. You could say whatever. I could talk about her. But every fight I got into in elementary school, because remember back in the day they used to say your mama jokes? Well, nobody knew that my mama was dead. So when people said your mama jokes when I was in school, they got punched in the mouth. So I knew her pain. I don't care how flawed the parents are, the children are always connected to their biological parents. So to deny a child, even if the parent is crazy as hell, still their parent. So they're still the daddy. Like I got bonus kids. I tell them, I don't deny them to talk to their biological father, even though he's considered, what some people would call, non-active. The point is, just like in the game of Grand Theft Auto, there's a lot of the heavy emotions that people carry around that drop. So I already knew that was going to happen. All I did was just speed up the process. But what I did, I went and bought her a cell phone. contacted her mama. Say, hey, your daughter's been with us. She been panicking, looking around, trying to find her, blah, blah, blah. I want to talk to her. Yeah, no problem. She'll call you when she's ready. So I went back to her, hey, I got in contact with your mom. She said, really? I said, yep. So I gave her the number. So anytime you want, you can call your mama. I said, well, I thought they said, no, you can call her. So you should be asking yourself, well, damn, the state, everybody told not to do that. I knew the mama was a drug addict, dope head, prostitute, deadbeat. But that was her mama. What right do I have, or anybody has, to separate a child from their mama? Now, you should be thinking the same thing that I was thinking. Excuse me. The mama's a deadbeat. But nobody has the right to determine when somebody is unredeemable. Right now, the mama's actually kind of doing okay. Daughter's doing okay. Daughter got 3 kids now. She has 3 kids. She's an adult now, living her life. She always texts me, uncle, out of everybody in the family, I love you the most. Including her biological mother and her father. Because they put her ass in a water state. Said that she was unredeemable. How the fuck do you turn your back on your own children? I don't know. Now, I ain't father of the year. The reason I'm saying all of that is because that's who is my tribe. I do not connect with Joel Osteen Christians. I don't connect with affluent people. I connect with people who've been through shit. Why? Because I've been through something. Now, I need you to understand, because right now, remember, what we're talking about has not been taught to my knowledge. I can't find it nowhere. What we're talking about is the physics of hate, really, because it's heavy. And when you carry it around, I didn't read this shit in the book. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to bury you. Because thoughts are heavy. Gravity is nothing but a thought. Physics, as we will explain, starting August the 15th, cost us $249, so I can totally destroy your ideal of what you call thought, especially religion. Because as long as you keep that thought, you will never be weightless. You will never have bliss. I will break down for you with $100,000 on the line to the Negro or the non-Negro that can prove me wrong. You cannot afford the luxury of a negative thought. Now, I knew this already when Shamoa transitioned. I knew what thoughts do because I knew what happened to me when my mama died. My children, they didn't know that. They have no idea what happens when you have a thought that turns into chronic. Because all diseases are the result of chronic and toxic change because it creates toxicity in the body. As we explained earlier today when we talked about narrow casting. Know it, expand it, live it. So now we are in a new day. You cannot market your business or yourself what you've been doing. You will be broke. Remember, last 2 months, I had to totally change my business model. I wasn't making a dime. Now, guess what happens? The engine is back running again. Next month, I got to do the same thing. Why? The market is changing. Everybody on this call, what you're doing, unfortunately, not everybody, some of y'all, you're doing non-issues. Remember? Now, after I get the keys, I'm going to break down what happened with the house so that way you can see the game. Because right now, you buying the smoke in the mirrors. What does that mean? That means that you're focusing on the non-issues that they put in front of you. So most of the TikTok videos of the gurus telling you what to do, that's just old. It's whack. It doesn't work anymore. All those dudes are retired, living off the money that they made 5 years ago. They ain't in the freaking water. Never takes woman advice from a lifeguard standing on the shore. Tell the lifeguard, get your ass in the water, bro. Show me the backstroke. I want to see it. I want to see you do it. I don't follow no coach that's retired. What the fuck is that? What is retirement? I'll be 150 and still doing the same shit I'm doing right now. I would never retire. You can't retire from purpose. Your destiny, that's like retiring from breathing. How the fuck you gonna retire from breathing? So you must understand that right now you're not choosing the right words. You haven't chose, not you, of course, other people, the right images, so therefore you don't have the right feelings. So all of your feelings, because remember, what we're talking about tonight is the physics of feelings. So feelings establishes the unified field. And the unified field creates what is real. REEL. That's the law of attraction. The law of attraction ain't got shit to do with meditation, affirmations, all that shit that they tell you. That's for low vibration like Kibelons that don't know the game. You need to talk to a magi, a freaking magician who know what the fuck is going on. Otherwise, you should get a job. Because discernment is the key. There's a lot of spiritual narcissists out there who are going to capitalize off of your enthusiasm and your giddiness. You are the solution. You don't need one. Grand Theft Auto is an exact copy of Earth. Free Guy, Blue Shirt Guy, is an exact copy of Earth. They telling you in flat out, plain, they even freaking made it comical so that way Negroes with low vibrations could pick the shit up. Free Guy could not get out of Groundhog's Day. The only people that could see the game was the people who had on glasses. Y'all should have watched Free Guy. I guarantee you it'll change your life. I guarantee you, if you watch Free Guy, it'll change your life. Because you're walking around right now and you don't have no glasses on. That means you ain't got no vision. Number one, Grand Theft Auto is the most ruthless. When I saw Kendrick playing it, I could not believe it. I remember because he was a kid, and I was like, they was waiting. They pulled the lady out of the car, and then over here I saw Alec, and he had all of his nephews in here, and they was in there. And they was playing Grand Theft Auto, and I saw them throw the girl on the table, rip her clothes off, and they went to town. They just took the cookie. It was the most vicious, violent game I've ever seen. I'm not a gamer, so I don't know there's other shit out there. I'm pretty sure there is. What's the point? The point is, Grand Theft Auto is all about one thing. Getting rich, getting cars, getting mansions, getting stuff. They're like a Free Guy. See, most people cannot spend 1 hour working towards their goals. Not one. Let me say it again. Most people, 90%, in fact, 99% of the people cannot spend 1 hour uninterruptedly, other than like, if you do what I do, if you read my book, The Ego's Workflow Management, you work for 15 minutes, you stand up, you stretch, get some water, go to the restroom, yawn, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, get back on the computer. 15 minutes, stand up, yawn, stretch, walk outside, take your shoes off, stand in the sun for about 30 seconds, come back in, get on the computer. Every 15 minutes. Sometimes, if I'm feeling magnanimous, which is usually the case, I can go 30 minutes. But my attention span after that, so the brain only remembers the beginning and the end of anything that you do. Let me say it again. The brain, according to physics, according to science, according to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Brown, the brain only retains the beginning and the ending. Let me say it again. The brain only retains the beginning and the ending. Let me say it again. Like tonight, you're only going to remember what I said at the beginning of the show and what I said at the end of the show. All the shit in the middle, you're not going to retain it. According to the physics, according to the science. Now, when you go back and listen to it, then you can add value to it. Or if you do what I do, listen to it, add more senses. What if you could listen? What if you could see? What if you could taste? What if you could touch? So if you add more senses, you add more retainment. That's called brainwave entrainment. So when you play a video game, that's why it's audio, that's why it's visual, because they want to add more senses so they can bring about more programming. So once you understand that the first thing in any video game is you must be able to complete a mission. Every video game has a specific mission. In Grand Theft Auto, your mission or your goal is to, go out and commit crimes and, robberies and take cars and houses and stuff. Again, I never played the game. I don't know nothing about the game. I'm just explaining what was shared by my son and my bonus son. And they say, yeah, Mr. Will, all you got to do is just go and, take people's cars and you take stuff and you accumulate points and then you can buy stuff. I said, hold up. So you take real money to put into a fake game. Yes, sir. You got $5? So let me get this right. So I'm going to give you $5 and you're going to go into the game. You're going to buy something in the game. Yes, sir. And the thing that you buying in it, well, yeah, because all my friends, they're buying it. So you taking money, real money, to put into a fake game. Yes, sir. Okay, here you go. What y'all think the metaverse is? Our Nico's going to be putting their real money into a freaking digital game. This shit's coming. But they tried it on kids first, and they saw that the kids was getting their money from their parents. And they're like, shit, we can get the parents too. It's coming. Shit, it's here. That nigga's going to be giving you money to go out and buy a Tom Brady selling freaking NFT digital footballs. What the I'm going to do with a digital football? People are paying millions of dollars for it. They're paying real money for fake NFTs. It's coming. So, what's the point, Doc? You see, in the game of Grand Theft Auto 5, the only way for you to master the game, I remember when I would go over to, Kendrick was living with his mom, and I would go to visit him in Shamora, and I would go into Kendrick's room, and I would go and I'm like, Kendrick, what the fuck is going on, man? Dad would be closed, I couldn't even see the floor. He had a couple of bottles sitting on the side of the game that he pissed in, it was urine. He's like, Dad, I almost finished the game. I can't stop. Trash is standing by the door. He had been on the game. I said, Shimon, how long can he be on the game? Dad, he's been on the game for like 2 or 3 days straight. And he sleep. No, Dad, he's been going hardcore. Like, Dad, I'm trying to beat the game. You don't understand? I'm trying to beat the game. He had laser focus. What if you was like that in your job? What if you was like that in your life? Number one in life, you ain't gonna get shit if you ain't got no damn focus. I've been saying this shit for 20 years. Focus, discipline, order. Same 3 words. This shit's on all of my paraphernalia. Yet, how many people can do it? How many can focus for 1 hour and just talk about your product, service, information for 1 hour? Most cannot. Try it. Tomorrow, try to focus only on your product, service, information for 1 hour. Why though? Why? That takes us to number 2. So number 1 is a mindset. Mindset, we know that's called purpose. Grand Theft Auto has a purpose. They have a mission, tunnel vision on a single goal of making money or getting stuff. What if you could do that in the real world? But you know what the real secret of Grand Theft Auto is? Somebody should write this down. When I watch my son Kenneth play Grand Theft Auto, when I watch my bonus son Alex play Grand Theft Auto, play Call of Duty, play that one, oh man, what was that one where they be building shit? That one took off too. I forgot that one. Not Minecraft. Anyway, they were playing the game in third person. Somebody please write that down. Sister Cheryl of the West, please write that down, Sister Cheryl. This is going to change your life right here, Sister Cheryl. It's going to change the whole game for you. They were playing the game Imposter, yeah. I think it was the name of the game. I think it was either Imposter. Thank you, Sister Mika. What does that mean? You see, brothers and sisters, when you're playing a video game, there's a camera following you around. So you are watching your character. When I watch kids play video games, now it's cool to watch somebody else play a video game. I don't get it. I hear the TV on, I go and say, hey, Alex, what's going on, man? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And he say, I said, Alex, what are you doing? Are you playing a game? You know, your mama don't want you playing the game. No, sir, I'm not playing the game. I'm watching. I'm on YouTube and I'm watching other guys play the game. So you're not playing the game. So technically, you're not. Mom told him, Alec, get out of the game at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock rolls around. I hear TV's on. Hey, Alec, what's going on, man? You're supposed to be asleep. You got school tomorrow. Oh, well, I'm just watching YouTube. What are you watching? Well, there's two dudes playing a video game. I said, so let me do this right. You're watching, you're not playing a game. You're watching somebody else play the game. Yes, sir. All the kids do it. Ask your children. Anybody got kids? Ask them, do they watch other kids play video games? And Sister Mika said, yep. And Sister Mika got some boys. And boys, they're the ones that used to do this. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me you get enjoyment from watching somebody else? Is it okay, Sister Mika, to tell I don't want to put your business out in the street, but Sister Mika is one of our newest members. I don't want to I said she has some boys, but like I'm blown away because she has more than one boy, we'll put it that way. So if it's okay, Sister Mika, I'll tell everybody how many kids you got. If not, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But anywho, I'm watching that say, okay, Sister Mika says okay, so Sister Mika she has 8 boys. She's a single mother, she has 8 boys. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. I don't know how she did it. Right, Sister Mika, I'll tell you that when we first met. I don't know. Now, I only had 2. And I watched him. Alec, my little bonus son, that nigga eats every 2 hours, like he on his baby schedule. Now, granted, like his dad's like 6'3", so the dude already built like a truck already. He just a sophomore in high school. Remember, he been on varsity since 8th grade. They was recruiting his ass when he was in the 8th grade. 9th grade, as soon as he got to school, coaches was there. Janaya, same way. She got the record for shot put. They both built like freaking houses. They can eat. So I don't know how Sister Mika does it with 8 boys. The point is, boys, girls too, but boys get caught up in this game because they actually believe, just like the same thing happens with men. What happens with men when we watch porn? Why is the porn industry so big? Why prostitution is the oldest occupation? It will never go away. Why? Men got peckers. And we want to do something with them. Even if we got a woman at home. Why is that? Now, I broke that down today's show with 12. Now, I put that show on YouTube. So if you don't know, ladies, actually, I hear this all the time. I was doing everything right, and I don't understand why he cheated. And for men, we like, really? Y'all don't know? Then I broke it down for men and for women. Because most people, they don't know. Men, we like strong women as long as they submit. But that definition of that word submit is not what they teach out in church. It's not like you walking around, your head down, and yes, sir, master. And nope. We want women to look at us and say, damn. Man, if a woman does that to a man, I swear to God, that nigga will follow your ass around for the rest of your life. Why? Especially if he's black. Nowhere can a black man go and be the shit. Nowhere. Even if he has status, cars and money and houses, he's still a nigga. Did y'all see LeBron James and when they was in his little coffee shop thing and Dwayne Wade was talking about the first time him and Gabrielle Union moved to some neighborhood and they came outside and they had get out nigga painted out on their garage door? Dwayne Wade, to LeBron James, the great basketball player, arguably, even though I think Michael Jordan got him beat, even Kobe, but that's not the same time. He's still a nigga. So a black man, I don't know about other people, will always feel that unless you give it at home. If a Negro can get that wonder, but it got to be real though. So what that means? You got to be an alpha male. Oh, snap. All these skinny jean wearing, hair up in the bun niggas now, they wonder why they can't get no digits. It's comical to me. And I shouldn't say that. But it is because the youngsters, they don't understand the game. Because they think it has to do with stuff. They don't understand its energy. That now, status is what? It's a mental disposition. But it's not like being a thug. That's not status. What is status? You can figure it the fuck out. That's status. What is status? Your girl come to you and say, honey, I need. You say, baby, I got it. Give me, whatever the time it is. So in other words, an alpha male? Come on, man, stop playing. We figure it the beat out. I told you I left and came back 25 times in my first marriage. How did I get back? How did I get back in? I came back. She said, hey, I got these requirements. Can you meet them? Okay, I'll be back in 3 days. I know I went to Mexico. I'll tell you guys a story. Sleeping in the parking lot. She wouldn't let me in. Her brother Dale was there. Dale said, bro, I hate to see you like this. I'm like, I know, man. Like, she's my sister, dog. Man, damn, I can't let you sleep outside. She just go sleep on the sofa downstairs, man. A week, 2 weeks later, like nothing never happened. Why? A man he would swim the Atlantic Ocean. He would walk the Sahara Desert. He would climb the tallest mountain. A real man, an alpha male, shit, he'll do anything for the queen. Our ladies just don't know that. If women ever knew that, shit, the game would be over. Why? Because y'all hold the key. It's called a cookie. Grand Theft Auto is no different. The whole world is no different. So what's the point, Doc? You might not be your man's cookie. If you was your man's cookie, that nigga will be following your ass around in broad daylight with 2 flashlights. So what does that mean? Y'all are not flawed alike. That is the only reason why relationships don't work. So you get with somebody or you start a business. How come your business don't have customers? Because you are not flawed like your market. What that mean? Well, remember what he said today at 12 noon. Your new audience now, this is Grand Theft Auto 5. This is 5G. Everybody got to do 5G. You got to have the game up. Your flaws have you uniquely qualified for your cause. Now, I'll tell you about my daughter, Sade. Sade's balling out of control. The only time Sade gets into trouble financially, if you want to use that term, even though it doesn't exist, but when like her customers start dropping because she starts focusing more on dance than on leadership. Sade's the leader of what? Freedom. So what Sade represents, every little girl wants to be. What do they want to be? A free spirit that is beautiful, intelligent, smart, but most of all seductive. There's a mystery about all of my daughters have it because they got it from their daddy. Okay, I'm just playing now. No, I'm not. So what does that mean though? Well, you can go look at their face. Go look at Sade and Shorei's face. If Shimura was here, Shimura, she'd be doing the same thing. They magnets. Why? They got swag, but it's not called swag for ladies. Y'all remember the 7 S's? So ladies, unfortunately, the church has demonized being sensual, being seductive, selective, superior, sufficient. All of these are attributes and characteristics that makes you sexy because that thought is heavier than other thoughts. Love is the heaviest thought. Gravity is nothing but thoughts put together. We call it a ruling disposition. So you are heavy or light based upon your thoughts. So Grand Theft Auto is a game that is played on 3D. So that means first D is first level, second D is the character. But you play the game sitting in a chair. 3, you're on the 3rd level. Oh, snap. Life is 3D. Life is you have what is called thoughts. Those thoughts create what we call images. But The 3D is supposed to be outside of thought image. Your feelings is not supposed to be with the game. What does that mean, Doc? Everybody on this call, you got feelings. What does that mean? Let's say you married, right? Why you got feelings? Because you are in the game. What if you was married and you was outside the game? What if you looked at your marriage like I do? People ask me all the time, damn, we don't understand, brother. Because on paper, it shouldn't work. Really, it should. Even on my business, out of Google say, that's so you do no Facebook advertising. You do no paid advertising, no marketing. So everything is the evergreen. You don't even have an algorithm. You don't even have a all-in-one platform. You don't even got, you actually still, you don't have an autoresponder. You still email people one at a time. And you making how much money a year? Not possible. Nobody believes me because I got to show my PayPal account. Why? You see, brothers and sisters, if you could take a step back and see yourself as a character playing the game, not in the game. See, you got feelings because your emotions are evolved. Mine ain't. See, let me make sure you understand because people don't know what that means because, as I said today at 12 noon, there's 5 types of love. So when somebody says love, you don't know which one they're talking about. As I talked about today, there's 5 different types of energy. Now, you are a energy being. Which one? Are you electrical energy? Are you magnetic energy? Are you chemical energy? Are you thermal energy? Are you nuclear energy? Which one? Which one? Oh, you don't know? Shit, you're in trouble. So what are you saying, Doc? I'm saying that the new market is detailed, narrow casting. Broadcasting is dead. Negro, you say broadcasting, you should look for a job. Because guess what? Your money stream is drying up. So I don't do Disney reports. As far as I don't lead with that anymore. What causes a Negro not to have his purpose? I do ignorance reports now. Why? A Negro with no purpose is a Negro don't know who the fuck he is. That Disney reports. So I meet people tell you don't know who you are. They say, well, I'm doing pretty good without knowing who I am. Yeah, but you stressed out. How do I know? Well, these walkers got high blood pressure, got diabetes, got sickle cell, blind in one eye, crippled, crazy, lazy. So I tell people my age, and they look at me, and they're like, there's no way. We went to the furniture store today, got some way more money that I wanted to spend on some damn furniture for the new house. I told the dude how old I was. He was like, get the fuck out of here. He was an old Spanish dude. We was the same age. The same age. He got teeth missing, wrinkles and all of this shit. Now, a lot of it's genes. The other part of it is no stress. Stress ages you bad. That's why I don't do stress. I keep telling you, I don't have to look at negative thoughts. That's why I don't do negative thoughts. So what is the problem, Brock? I need you to break it down for me. You said something that I'm supposed to be playing life as the third person. Yes, sir. You're not playing in the third person. You're playing in the second person. You don't talk to yourself in the third person. See, I live life like there's a camera following me around, but I'm the guy behind the camera. So right now, I'm doing a show, and I'm outside of my body watching me talk to you. So I'm making moves now because I'm able to see outside of the body. It's like watching a parade, as I told you guys before. The best example is the one I've been using for 20 years. And that is the difference between understanding, the wife back there blowing her nose, understanding what? You could have a turtle's vision, you could have a giraffe's vision, or you could have an eagle's vision. Right now, 20% of the people listening to me right now, you have a turtle's vision. So let's say that we're at Macy's on New Year's Day and they're doing a parade. Y'all know that it comes on TV every year. You're a turtle, how much can you see? So if you're a turtle, you're on the ground level. You can see the float in front of you. You can see 1 or 2 floats behind that one. and you can see one or two floats in front of it. That's it. So that's Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is a 5-dimensional game. 5, I'm talking 3. We ain't even got to 4 and 5 yet. So you're living life on 2 dimensions. It's you and it's reality. And I'm on 9. Getting ready to go to 12. We just talked about 5 tonight. Could you imagine if you live your life on the penthouse of the tallest building, whatever that is, on the tallest mountain, Mount Fuji, or whatever it is? What's your vision like up there? Shit, you can see damn near everything. So I can see somebody coming a mile away because of my vision. See, a turtle, great view. A giraffe, pretty tall. So how much of the parade can the giraffe see? So the giraffe can see, he can look down and see the float in front of him. He can see, probably 10 floats behind him. He can look forward and he can see 10 floats. So my view, everybody is playing checkers. How many moves ahead am I? So I'm going to be doing a show on August the 15th, and the stuff I'm going to be talking about is only found in CIA documents that have recently been released to the public. And nobody knows that they exist, or very few people know that they exist. That explains to you what is called the unified field, or the grand theory of everything. That, remember, the dominant cultures, they still trying to figure it out yet. They don't know the grand unifying. It's called the grand unifying theory. It's a theorem. Now, my boy, Dr. Gabriel Yibo from Nigeria, figured it out, but he's black, so obviously nobody gives no love. So if you guys really want to know a little bit what I'm talking about, you just go Google Dr. Gabriel Yibo, or Google G-A-G-U-T, God Almighty, Grand Unification Theorem. Now, a theorem is a complete circle that connects on both ends. A theory is what we call faith in the Bible. A theorem is what we call fact. So a theorem means I got $100,000 that if you're on this planet and it doesn't work. That's a theorem. So I only do theorems. All my shows are theorems. TD Jakes has a theory. Creflo Dollar has a theory. Most Negroes on the planet got theories. I used to have a theories too when I was broke, pissed off, suicidal, the health was whack. So I got rid of theories. Now I just do shit that's fact. Because numbers don't lie. People do, but numbers don't. So now I got something called 12 around 1. So when you understand 12, this is the new physics now of the new clay. 12 disciples around 1. That's what the whole religion is all about. But it's physics, though. It's called phase conjugation or phase implosion. Instead of exploding, instead of going off on people, you implode. What does that mean? That means that the kingdom of God is within, as we talked about today at 12 noon. So we get back to Grand Theft Auto. So number one, Grand Theft Auto is about accumulating stuff. So what does that mean? You got to have laser focus. What does that mean? That means that you got to pursue your highest possible good. Oh, snap. Houston, we got a problem. Well, 5 years ago, I settled. Well, you can stay where you are, or you can evolve. What does that mean? Well, that means that unfortunately, some people that you really love, they're going to drop off. Why? They happy. They don't want no more. They don't want to evolve. They don't know that the game is about accomplishing mission after mission after mission. You don't stop. So there's no retirement. So the average nigga wants to work 20 years to get a gold watch, free parking spot, a plaque, go home and sit on the sofa, get fat, watch TV. Not this nigga. So I'm not wired like the average nigga, as y'all already know. So that's conundrum. That's why I'm a panther. Panthers, we hunt alone. We solitary creatures. We only hook up with other panthers to mate. Other than that, we do our own shit. Why? We are called sovereign individuals. Ain't too many of us left. In fact, if you see one, it's rare as hell. What does that mean? That means you should be one too. You should be sovereign. Now you can connect with somebody else that's sovereign, but guess what? Y'all gotta be flawed together. Because if you meet somebody, you're not flawed like they are, they can't see you. It's not their fault. It's just that they don't relate to your cause because they don't have your flaws. So my customers, they all find me the same way. Everybody, they went to Google or they had to stop. I remember everybody on this call, y'all all said this. I may not know what the truth is, but I need to find it. If anybody did not say that before you Google, pretty much everybody I talked to, they all said the same thing. Mark, I went to Google, and I typed in the etymology of this word, and your shit popped up. Or I went to Google and typed in, I want to know the truth about the Vatican, and your stuff popped up. I want the truth about the Sacred Name Movement. Everybody who's looking for truth always finds me. You should ask yourself, why? Because you went through the same, so that's the program. But how did you go there? You got to a place where you wanted the highest possible good. That is what I call number 2. And number 2 is the plan. See, your business plan, as I told you guys, is your numbers. Now you got to be careful because a lot of people, they don't believe that. A lot of people think that you can just start any kind of business you want. And you can. And guess what? You'll make a lot of money. But you will work like a Hebrew. And remember, I work 1 hour a day. That's it. 1 hour a day. My business runs on by itself. All of the times I create. As far as actually running the business, an hour a day. All I need is the internet connection. Answer some emails. Thank the people. I check every morning I wake up and I look up, damn, how much money came in my PayPal account overnight. Send people an email, thank you for making your payment. Send them whatever they purchased if it's not on the auto download, meaning that they didn't, because usually all my stuff is on discount. So you can go to the website and purchase full price for all my books, like $2.99 to $4.99. The wife was telling me again today that all of her family members ask her every time they talk to her. It's really now that we purchased in the house. Your husband still doing that internet stuff? Yeah. I looked at some of his books. They like $299 for a book. Shoot, I ain't paying no $299 for no damn book. No shit, nigga, that's why you broke. See, the plan is to invest in yourself. So Grand Theft Auto is a selfish, vicious game about taking shit for yourself. So is Free Guy. Now remember, Free Guy, he met the girl of his dreams. He's a program. He's a non-player character. He ain't even supposed to be talking to the girl. The girl says, hey, you're non-entity, get away from me. Ugh. You're low vibration. And so he says, because he's in love. Okay, number 1, you got to be in love. What does that mean? Only pursue people, places, and things that you love. You guys are pursuing people, places, and things that you like. And that dog don't hunt anymore. That used to work when we was in broadcasting. Now we're in narrowcasting. Oh, now we're in the age of narrow. Broad is the road that leads to destruction. Narrow is the road that leads to righteousness. This is called the age of Aquarius. Acquire, us. You got to acquire something. Who you got to acquire? Grand Theft Auto. Go steal yourself. Steal your own heart. That's the object of the game. So in Grand Theft Auto, the first thing is, all of these dudes are running around. They all have a mission. Number 1, every person in Grand Theft Auto, they got a specific mission to go and steal, rob, kill, destroy. But it's still a mission. What if you did it positive, like in the movie Free Guy? Well, once you get crystal clear purpose, now you need a plan. So with the right mindset, you can accomplish any game plan. Ooh. Let me say it again. What's my mindset? My mindset is the same one like when I started with the housing process 2 years ago. You know what my mindset was? I don't give a fuck. Legal, illegal. I'm buying a house. Period. So you can help me or get the fuck out the way. That's my mindset. What's yours? Oh, you're not there yet? You still at church? Okay. This might not be the show for you, boo. See, right now, what's my plan? Smoke any demon and devil to get in my way for me to get to my goal. That's my plan. Any questions? See, right now, y'all got all this warm and fuzzy stuff. You see, life is really simple. It's just like the game. The object of the game is Grand Theft Auto. I mean, look at the name. Grand Theft. It didn't say minor theft. Do some grandiose shit. So being bipolar, that's my greatest gift. That's why I got an advantage over everybody. No, see, when you're bipolar, you got the thing that classifies an individual as bipolar disorder, grandiose thinking. We believe in our own self to the point we will hurt everyone else. Just I don't know if you hung around anybody that got bipolar disorder. When you might want to catch them when they in their manic state. You don't want to catch me when I'm in my grandiose state. You want to catch me when I'm like you. That's usually this time of the year. You don't want to catch me when I'm in my Superman state, because what do you feel? I feel magnanimous. Now, unfortunately for you and for most folks, I figured out how to stay in the grandiose state. That's the key. That's my secret sauce. Now I'm at the incredible hope. When are you angry? I'm always angry. And for my case, I'm always in the grandiose state. So what's the plan? Well, the plan is, there is a view. There's a place where you can see all the missions and see what needs to be done next. So when you plan and execute a video game, it is much easier when you have 100% crystal clear clarity on your next move. You see, life becomes effortless when you become fearless. So the reason why I'm fearless and the reason why my life is effortless is because of my viewpoint. Which is going back to number one, my mindset. What's my mindset? I have the vision of an eagle. Not because I was born with it, even though I was, but I still had to accept it. And remember, my life changed after I had that conversation with my sister who told me, you need to get your own shit. That changed my whole life. I should call them and write her a check for about $20,000. At least, maybe 25. Why? I've been always helping other people get their shit. It never dawned on me that what's that mean though? Get your own shit. Grand Theft Auto. What's the mission? Go take. See, y'all ain't ruthless enough. The Bible says what? Ruthless men became wealth. Y'all nice. Y'all come to Jesus. Kumbaya, Negroes. So y'all can't roll with me. I'm Proverbs 11:16. I'm a gangster with this. I'm a gangster for Jesus. Y'all better stop playing. The average Negro, he's still kumbaya and he want to love and all that stuff. So what's my plan? My plan is my vision. My vision is my story about my struggle. That gives me my strategy for my success. Somebody should write that down. What I just told you right there, that's worth millions. This is what I call my $1 million. If you had to put $1 million business plan on a napkin, that's mine. That's what I wrote down on a napkin when I was broke, homeless. I had a story. And the story is about a struggle, mine. And there's a lot of other people who got the same story and they're going through the same struggle, but they don't have no strategy. because they're ashamed of the story. So if you don't have no story, you can't experience God's glory. That's the average Christian. Now, an average Christian is still repenting because they're ashamed and they're sorry because they believe that their story is keeping them from their glory. They don't know that their story is their glory. Their glory is their glow ray. That's a specific ray that allows you to glow. That ray, that's your road. Your road, that's your flaw. So narrow is the road because everybody's road is different. Which takes me to number 3, your payoff. Grand Theft Auto is a game, but it has a specific score. How do you keep score? Ooh, damn. This is the smoking gun. See, everybody keeps score different. What's a touchdown for you? That shit is not a touchdown for me. Most men, when they sleep with a girl, that's a score for me. They go home, they put a little niche on their belt, they call their buddies, hey, dog, man, remember that 550 I told you guys about? Shit, dog, I got this digits, dog, took her out to the club, I bought her a Happy Meal, went back to the house, I hit it, homie, you know what I'm saying? And they keep score. That's a skinny jean wearing mother. Okay, let's take it another time. My bad. So the average Negro keeps score. Different from me. You know how I keep score? PayPal. That's how I keep score. You know how I keep score? There's a lot of different ways for me to score points. In the game of Grand Theft Auto, they keep score by accomplishing missions. So once you learn that every video game has a different way of keeping score. So what you should do right now is, if you got the right mindset, which you do, otherwise you would be on this call. What is the mindset? Your mindset is, I'm going to figure it the fuck out. That's your mindset. More specifically, your mindset is your purpose, which I gave everybody. So I'm a 336. That's my purpose. So what does that mean though in English? Well, fortunately for you guys, I'm programmed to love. So even if I want to be a thug, it's not in the cards for me. So I can't be a bad guy. Even though I really want to be a bad guy. Some days I was like, shit, I go mean mugging folks, drive through the hood, pull up in the worst part of town. Sometimes I just drive over to the east side. There's this park over here off Martin Luther King Drive. All the thugs go there. Sometimes I just drive in my vet. I just go over there. Y'all know I'm already strapped up. This park, I just sit on the hood. And I don't stay too long so they can, so people can't call the reinforcement. Why? Because I'm an alpha male. That's what we do. We take risks. Why? Because we designed by source code to break the program. How do you break your program? Take risk. What does that mean though? I don't recommend that you do what I do. But watch the movie Free Guy again and you see how he got out of the program. He took risks for the sake of love, not for the sake of stupid. So once you step back, look at the purpose of the game of Grand Theft Auto is that when you got to go and you accomplish these different missions in the game, when you are able to complete a mission after mission after mission after mission in Grand Theft Auto, you do that by establishing tunnel vision on a single goal. And that single goal is making money. But when it comes to the real world, you can't. Why? Well, it's because in Grand Theft Auto, you're playing the game in the third person. So in Grand Theft Auto, the camera is following you around or following your character around, and you get to avoid feeling the fear, the tiredness, the pain that your character feels. But you think you're the character, so you actually feel the pain. You feel the fear. You get tired. All of the feelings that the character is supposed to feel, you feeling. Because you think you're the character. You don't know that you are the controller of the character. So the whole secret to all video games and life is to elevate your thinking to 3D, 4D, or 5G. The higher the level, the less there's the devil. That's my motto every morning. Every morning I get up, I say the same thing. The higher the level, the less there's the devil. So I'm on a level where there is no devil. So anytime adversity comes, I know it's my own fear, concern being projected. So this whole housing thing, that's why I didn't have the feelings that, as I was explaining to you guys, that my wife was having. So this is what I was telling her. This is why I'm doing the show. I'm going to break it down even further Wednesday. What's the point? The point is get out of the character. What are you doing? So you play the character of, what's your titles? Your titles are your characters. You should have one title, source. Once you get that level, no devil. Why? Source. Why? Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one. You got to read Isaiah 48. I am the Lord your God. I am the only one. No other God exists. I create good. I create evil. I do all these things. Bow down, kiss my ring finger. Okay, I added that part in, but what does that mean? That means all those feelings y'all guys are having, that's just a waste of time. Now, I know. When I first got to this level, I was just like you. I was like, I don't know, what do you mean? I love my baby mama. I never let her go. I know. I've been there too, man. Guess what happens? There's something called motivated ability payment. Woo-wee! Won't he do it? You see, when you get to this level, boo-boo, you have a motivated ability payoff. Just like in the game. The object of the game of Grand Theft Auto, you go through, you accumulate a bunch of stuff, you kill a bunch of people, blah, blah, blah. The plan is just to accomplish the mission. So this is where you get to execute or exit in a video game. The reason that a video game is loved by this generation and kids play it is because they get all of the emotions without losing their life, without the consequences. So in Grand Theft Auto, you can rob, steal, you ain't got to worry about going to jail. In real life, you go to jail. So what is the score? For kids, the score is to experience joy like Madden football. If you play real football, like when I grew up, we went outside and we played football. We went to a field. We called all our friends. We be 15, 20. We was in San Diego. I remember, never forget it. We in San Diego Park every Saturday. 30 dudes, 15 on 15. And we playing tackle football. People with leaves with broken limbs, bloody nose, missing teeth. We playing tackle football. Well, that's how I grew up. Do you see any kids? I've never seen it. Do kids do that? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I don't think kids go out and meet in the park but they play it on a video game. Why? It's actually smarter because there's no chance of injury. And you could experience all type of feelings without the consequences. That's the payoff for children. But when it comes to real life, how do we live our life so that way we can experience the payoff without the feeling? We want the opposite effect. Kids, they want to feel the feeling as if they're playing the video game. That's why they play video games. You play video games so that way you can feel feelings. Well, life, you are here in life to live life so that we can learn how not to use feelings. Life is a place where you learn how to control your feelings. That's why you're here. Because your feelings create your field. And your field creates what's real. So your life and everything in your life is the result of your feelings. So whenever you want to change the things that's in your life, you change your feelings. And the only way to change your feelings is to change your purpose. To change your mindset. What mindset should you have? Well, we just went through the People Development Center. We spent 6 months going through your mindset. Let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God did not consider it robbery to be equal with God. Your mind should be equal with God. So whatever God thinks, so I wrote a book called The Standard. In that book, I explained that your mindset should be all-knowing, all-power, all-present, all-simple, all-love. Omniverse. So your boy Zuckerberg got the metaverse. I ain't interested because I'm in the omniverse. So since I get to choose what version of myself I get to represent in the game. So I'm representing the highest version of myself. That is the omniverse. So now I need to give you the physics behind the omniverse. So on August the 15th, cost is $249. We break down the cosmic orgasm of sacred geometry of creation. So you should be in a cosmic orgasm state. In other words, all 7 billion neurons in your brain should be in a full-blown orgy, like the Greeks used to do. You should have sex on the brain. Your neurons should be having sex with each other. So if your brain is not in a orgasmic, that's called electromagnetic, by the way, state, then you're not pursuing your highest possible good, which means what? That's devils on that level. What is the devil? Devil is what we call options. Options to do what? Come down off the mountain. Every option that you have is an option for you to stop focusing on you and focus on a reverend, doctor, or bishop, or somebody else. See, the trick of the game is to dilute your frame. Because life is about framing. Let me say it again. The trick of the game is to dilute the frame. One more time for the people in the back. The trick of the game is to dilute your frame. Framing, remember I said, when a cop pulls me over, the first thing I do is called reframing. He pulls over and says, hey boy, don't you know how fast you was going? Well, what do? Do I answer his question? No, I do not. I ask him a question to totally reframe his brain. My first response always is to let him know who I am. Because when a cop knows he's talking to another cop, he knows he can't punk that person. He knows he has no authority. He knows I don't fear him. He knows I'm his equal or his superior. So now he has to change his frame. He can't come at me like I'm a punk. Yeah, man, I used to be a cop. In fact, man, what you stop me for, man? I totally returned that. So now he's on the defense and now I'm on the offense. Framing. Nobody goes into nobody's house and looks at their picture frame. Do you? You don't even look at the picture frames in your own house. You just look at the pictures in the frame. Oh, that's a nice picture of, oh, look at our wedding picture. How about look at your wedding frame? The frame holds the picture. The picture is the pixels. Your life is based upon your frame. That's your concept, which is your consent. So when a cop pulls you over, you give him consent because you are subject to his frame. You in his world, living by his laws. Reframe it. So everywhere you go, you should reframe. Every conversation, you should reframe it. You answer a question with a question. How fast are you going? Why don't you pull me over? Just like you were swerving. It's 12 o'clock in the daytime. What do you think I'm doing? I don't drink. Get your sergeant over here, man. Get your lieutenant over here. I need to talk to somebody who knows what the hell is going on. Because you stopped me for what? No reason. You're wasting my time. I got shit to do. Run my place, man. See who I am. Then it's usually, oh, well, we just let you go with a warrant. Yeah, that's what I thought. Stop bothering me, man. I got places to go, things to do, people to see. Where's that from? That's status. Status is a mental disposition that says, I know who I am, I know what I want, and I know where I'm going. That's Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is a game where you get in the game and you go and you rob and you pillage and you commit crimes. That's the purpose of the game. Since they have tunnel vision and crystal clear clarity, that lays out their plan. The plan is clarity. If you can see what everybody else is doing, you could avoid all the traps. Crystal clear clarity is the plan. You don't need a plan. You need crystal clear clarity of purpose. Why? What's the mission? What's the purpose? What is the cause? What is the effect? Once you establish that, the last piece of the puzzle is the payoff. That is the story, the struggle, the strategy, and the success. And my strategy is my payoff, my motivating abilities pattern. That's my MAP, my map. What's your map? I got a map. If you don't got a map to where you're going, you in trouble, boo-boo. Because every day I woke up, I got a motivated abilities pattern. I got a pattern that activates my abilities to keep me motivated. So, nope, I ain't retiring ever. When I die, I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing right now. I probably go sit in my chair on the computer. Now just going on to the next level. Yep, that went on up yonder. I just transitioned to another game. Brothers and sisters, when you get to the point where you can understand the movie Free Guy, and you can understand the video game Grand Theft Auto, and you can live your life in the third person, that means that all of your feelings, keep them, but take them out of the game. So what does that mean? In English, plain and simple. That means that you should live your life watching you live your life. You. Why are you watching the Kardashians? Why are you watching whatever you're watching? You should be watching you. Could you imagine if I go into my bonus son's room right now, he's playing the video game, you know what he's watching? The mother big screen. He ain't looking at me come in the game, come in his room. Every time I go in his room, he looks at me like surprised. Is everything okay, Mr. Will? Oh, yeah, man, I was just checking to see what you're doing. Me and my buddies, we just turned the game. Okay. And what does he do? Zoop, laser focus, number one, on the game. He's watching his character. Nobody that I know, there may be somebody, but there's very few. Nobody that I know can spend 1 hour watching their character in their game. What is the character in your game? Your business, your purpose, your destiny. You should be studying you. You should be able to tell me everything about you. I'm not talking about your likes and dislikes and that first grade stuff. I'm talking about what drives you, what causes you to get up in the morning. What is your flaws? What do you love more than money? What is the driving causality of your reality? You should know yourself so better and so well that you don't know anyone else. That's purpose. That's Grand Theft Auto. Tunnel vision. You locked in on the game. Sometimes Alex be in his room screaming and yelling. D has to call him 5 or 6 times. Alex! Sometimes she has to call him on the phone, Alex. And he said, yes, ma'am. He already knows he's in trouble. He be going off. Why? He locked in. Man, let me tell y'all a secret. This is it. I'm gonna finish with this, man. You should have a vision of the future in the present, and that should be the only thing that's in your head. You can't see shit. When you're driving around, somebody should talk to you, you say, excuse me? They say, man, your family members, your husband, your wife should ask, babe, where you at? Like I was just talking to you about whatever. What are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm living in the future, in the present. If your image in your brain, if the words that are coming out of your mouth and the feelings that are emanating from your heart is not of your highest possible good fulfilled. Baptism means that your brain is immersed in your highest possible good. That's what baptism means. Baptismo means that the brain is immersed in its solution. So you can't have problems if you are immersed in your solution. The water is the solution because water represents life. So a physical baptism is a mental. Do you understand the metaphysics and the science of baptism? Everything in the Bible is a metaphysical book about a spiritual construct that the average nigger knows nothing about. That's the problem. So when you get serious, I'm talking about like for real, you want to join me on August the 15th. Why? So you can establish your future and bring it into the present and be consumed by it. So when I call you and ask you what you're doing, Doc, I'm living in the present, fulfilling and feeling my desire fulfilled. I'm living as if. That's when you're successful. Success is the ability to live in bring the invisible realm into the physical realm and feel it. Can you feel wealth, health, wisdom, and great relationships today, even if you're homeless? When you get to that level, shit, there ain't no devil. This your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, a.k.a. Master Teacher 33. I love you. There ain't nothing you can do about it. We're going to see y'all mañana. God bless.